Perfect day for football here at Soldier Field in Chicago. These teams have been going at it since 1930. It's the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions on Fox. Back deep for the Bears. Sam Martin gets things started. We are underway in Chicago as Hester takes it out of the end zone. Across the 30. Finally tackled at the 35-yard line by Dijon Gomes. So terrific field position for Jay Cutler and the Bears offense. Cutler injured 3 weeks ago today in Washington. Bears had a bye the next week. Josh McCown made the start and picked up the victory in Green Bay on Monday night.
Yeah, and as well as Josh McCown played, that's why there was some concern about Bears fans. Hey, let's make sure Jay Cutler is 100%. He could take another week.
On first down, the toss to Matt Forte. And Forte, the 6th leading rusher in the NFL, out to the 39-yard line, gain of 4 as we take a look at the Bears offense.
One of the biggest commitments in the offseason, getting this offensive line right, and the Bears have done a tremendous job. They're playing well. They've gotten better and better every week during the course of the season, and that allows all these new playmakers opportunities, whether it's the passing game with Brandon Marshall and Alshon Jeffrey, Martellus Bennett, or Matt Forte on the run.
Second down and 6, 2 tight ends for Chicago. Off the fake to Forte. Pass is intended for Jeffrey, so the Bears now facing 3rd down and 6 up against this Detroit Lions defense.
And maybe that group right there, why there was some concern about Jay Cutler coming back early. A very intimidating physical front. They got to get more out of Nick Fairley. Got off to a good start at the beginning of the year, but had that shoulder injury. This front drives this defense, and if they're not playing well, the defense is not having a good afternoon.
Lions without Ziggy Ansah and Bill Bentley on the defensive side, both out with injuries. Cutler looking to throw on 3rd down and 6, and the catch is made for a first down by Brandon Marshall in Lions territory, a 17-yard connection.
Here's one of the guys. Now, last year, it was always about Brandon Marshall. You know, coming off, you had to account for him. Where is he at? They're going to direct a lot of the throws there now. With the versatility for the quarterback for the Bears, there's so many more weapons out there. This is going to be really big for Brandon Marshall. He's going to catch some one-on-one because you've got other playmakers across that formation.
And talking to Calvin. Evan Britton, number 62, and as an extra blocker. Cutler out of the shotgun on 1st down. And a catch is made. Once again, it's Marshall spins to the Detroit 32, finally brought down by Louis Delmas. Gain of 12, another Bears first down.
You think of Brandon Marshall, you think big physical receiver, but a nice little move right here to shake a tackler. Darius Slay overplays.
We talked about those guys being off, the Detroit Lions, for 14 days. That's one thing that you have to go and keep your mindset in. You gotta be able to tackle. You can't let that skill go away, and that's going to be a big concern today for both of these teams.
There's Slay lined up against Earl Bennett from the 32-yard line on 1st down. Cutler with loads of time. He fires. Marshall, touchdown.
Divisional games really come down to battles in the trenches. You know each other so well. On that drive, Chicago's offensive line does an excellent job giving Jay Cutler time on all these throws. I thought Rashean Mathis was going to carry Brandon Marshall across that formation, play straight man-to-man. Darius Slay with outside leverage on that post route. Easy throw catch for the touchdown. Here's going to be your double. Alshon Jeffrey at the bottom of the screen. Brandon Marshall's up here. You're going to see him get passed on. He's still one-on-one. So by situation or whatever the Lions choose to do, this is the problem that the Bears offense now presents to you. They have a lot of playmakers across that formation. And you kind of get into a pick your poison type thing. Who do you want to defend? Pass, run, it's very difficult.
Now Matthew Stafford and the Lions go to work from their own 15-yard line on first down. The handoff to Reggie Bush, who gained 139 on the ground earlier this season against the Chicago Bears. Record-setting day for this Lions offense. The last time out against the Cowboys, they gained over 600 yards on offense as Bush fights his way up to the 28-yard line. Stephen Pyatt made the tackle, a gain of 5, setting up 3rd down and 2.
And really, it's the front. This is the issue with the Chicago Bears right now. Whether it's the pass, getting pressure on the quarterback helps Charles Tillman and Tim Jennings and all those guys in coverage to stop a guy like Calvin Johnson. And the one thing they have to get better at is run defense. Over 400 yards the last 2 weeks on the ground.
3 rookies starting for the Bears on defense. Lance Briggs is out. Shane McClellan is out. The reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week. Stafford on 3rd down and 2. Stafford throws, and the catch is made by Calvin Johnson. His first today, coming off the 329-yard game against the Cowboys. Most receiving yards in a regulation game in history. Flipper Anderson set the record in overtime for the Rams as Jonathan Bostic comes up to make the tackle. Reggie Bush gains just 1. Not matched up with Tillman this time. Stafford on 2nd and 8, swings it out to Bush. Out of the backfield. He's knocked out of bounds by Zachary Bowman. 3rd down and 4. Again, it's Bowman on Calvin Johnson. And it's Johnson who makes the catch at the Bears 38. With Tillman on the sidelines, a 17-yard pass play.
And you're going to have to make an adjustment with your defensive plan right now, because if you intended Charles Tillman to carry Calvin Johnson throughout the formation, play a lot of man-to-man, Zach Bowman's going to have a tough time doing that. So you've got to adjust. We need to get help over the top for Zach Bowman when he...
Julius Peppers has come off the field as well. This is Joyce Bell on 1st down to the Bears 36. So a new right tackle is in the game for Detroit. Ogletree in motion, 2nd down and 7. The handoff to Reggie Bush, stays on his feet and is taken down at the 33-yard line, so it will be 3rd down and 4.
The leader of that defense.
Bottom of the screen, Bowman covering Calvin Johnson. As Stafford's pass is caught for a 1st down by the tight end Brandon Pettigrew. So the Lions now 3 for 3 on 3rd down on this drive. Stafford 4 for 4. Charles Tillman back on the field. Off the play fake. Stafford sets up the screen. He had Corey Wooten in his face and Bush unable to make the catch. 11th play of this drive for the Lions. 3 wide receivers set on 2nd and 10. Stafford fires, and it's caught, taken down to the 5-yard line by Pettigrew for another Lions 1st down at 22-yard connection.
Turned around so you can see when that ball is coming.
1st and goal from the Bears 5. Stafford throws, end zone, touchdown, Chris Durham.
Tony, has a good point by you at the top. Not a lot of black and blue on these 2 opening drives, huh?
Bears drove 65 yards in 5 plays to take the lead. Now tied at 7. From the 14-yard line, this is Forte. And a nice tackle made by Chris Houston, holding Matt Forte to a gain of just 3. 2nd down and 7. Marshall in motion. He had 3 catches on the Bears' first possession. 2 tight ends set off the fake to Forte. Cutler looking for Forte out of the backfield. 3rd and 7 coming up. Now Goose blocking the field.
Sorry.
Empty backfield, 3rd down and 7. Pressure on Cutler. Down he goes, but there is a flag. Looked like a potential face mask. So following the face mask penalty, personal foul, new set of downs for the Bears. From the 23-yard line, Cutler's pass is caught by Martellus Bennett. He breaks away from the first tackle attempt, but still unable to get back to the line of scrimmage. Time. Howie's happy. There's Kyle. He'll be happy when he hears about it. Chris Long taking it into the end zone for the St. Louis Rams. Now the handoff to Alshon Jeffrey. Not much.
Watching this matchup earlier in the season and then getting ready for the game this week and watching some of the more recent games, Kyle Long has progressed amazingly fast, in my opinion. You can see his technique getting better and better, and I don't think people understand. I mean, only 4 games at a top-tier college, and then you're into the NFL, so you're still learning the subtle nuances of playing the offensive guard position at this level, at the highest level, and I've seen tremendous improvement of him during the course of the season.
And in 2 weeks, he'll be matched up with his brother in St. Louis. Empty backfield, 3rd down and 11. Bears must get to the 33, and Forte will not. Tackled at the 28-yard line by Stephen Tulloch, so the Bears will punt it away.
One of the reasons that Kyle Long is brought into the Chicago Bears is to go up against Ndamukong Suh. And you can see the technique right there. I mean, he stays square so much better at this stage of the season than he was earlier in the year. Now out there, Charles Tillman back on the field, but he's banged up. This defense has been hit really hard by injuries this season.
On 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line, pass deflected. It's still loose and hits the ground.
Opportunity for a play. Major Wright is very, very disappointed in himself right there. This is why you play this style cover too. You've got Charles Tillman underneath. He's going to get you the deflection. Oh, it actually goes off Calvin Johnson's hands right to Major Wright. A missed opportunity for a Bears takeaway. One of the best in the business. This defense at taking a ball away misses an opportunity.
Jeremy Ross does a pretty good job of coming in there. You want to get that ball down. Right now, as a receiver, you got to turn to a defensive player and make sure that ball is not caught by the defense.
You're right, this excellent job by Ross, who played for the Packers earlier this season. There's Bush up the middle on 2nd down, and he runs into the arms of Jonathan Bostic. The Lions on offense not only without Burleson, but they lost another wide receiver, Ryan Broyles, this week. Johnson lined up, slot to the left. And Stafford's pass is knocked down by Corey Wooten, number 98, on 3rd down and 9, so the Lions will punt it away.
Huge play by Corey Wooten, going to get in the line, sight of Stafford. Watch him right here. He comes, nice little bull rush right there. Does a great job of going and reading when the quarterback goes to wind up to throw the ball. Just get your hand up and knock it down. That's a huge play for this defense. That's absolutely right, Kenny.
Bears, Lions, Packers all tied atop the NFC North at 5-3. Cutler to Jeffrey, and Jeffrey out to the 34-yard line, picks up a Bears 1st down, gain of 11.
A lot to look at on this play. If you're a linebacker or a safety, watch Jay Cutler on the play fake, and then he's going to spin around. Then you got quick screen coming out to your left on the defensive side. I really like Alshon Jeffrey. Really has taken strides from last season. You can see why the Lions feel like they have to double him from time to time.
Cutler on 1st down. It is tipped by Willie Young, who was injured on the previous play. In fact, he was looking to come out, couldn't get off the field, and he makes the play. On 2nd and 10, it's Forte. Out across the 35-yard line as time winds down in this 1st quarter here in Chicago. We start the 2nd quarter in Chicago. Bears and Lions deadlocked at 7. 3rd down and 8 for Jay Cutler and the Bears. Bears must get to the 44. Here comes Willie Young. Cutler steps up. He throws. It's Martellus Bennett who makes the catch. He's shoved late by DeAndre Levy. No flag, but Bennett does pick up 13 yards and a Bears 1st down.
There's some stuff going down on inside of this offensive line. Martellus Bennett's up at the top. He's right here. Does a good job. He's going a little bump on Ndamukong Suh before he releases to slow him down, and then comes all the way across the field for that catch. But we've got some, there's some of that going on right there. You got Nick Fairley and Kyle Long going at it. And they were, Kyle Long had gone up to the official during the commercial break and talked to him.
Hey, black, 55. Hey, sit down.
1st and 10 from the 49-yard line. Taken into Lions territory by Matt Forte for a gain of 2. For the injured Seneca Wallace.
180. 180.
Cutler on 2nd and 8. It's Bennett once again, and Martellus Bennett, the former Cowboy and Giant, picks up another Bears first down, gain of 13.
What an addition he's been to this offense. At a position where there really hasn't been production for the Bears, when you talk about the tight end position and what they've had there for the last few years, and then you bring in a guy with the athleticism of Martellus Bennett, job great.
Yeah, not only can he catch the ball, he's doing a great job when they keep him in on max protection of blocking and Ndamukong Suh and Fairley and all those big guys up front, so he can do it all.
180. 180.
From the 36-yard line, the end around once again, it's Jeffrey. And Jeffrey steps out of bounds at the 31-yard line. Gain of 5 after taking the handoff from Jay Cutler, who missed only 1 start. He told us Friday, I'm back a lot sooner than I expected, but I feel confident.
Yeah, and I think that was the reason for concern from Bears fans, because he was ahead of schedule. And, you know, he went through his rehab routine with us, very step to step, but very impressive how much he committed to it to get in ahead of Josh McCown right there, who did a tremendous job in his place. But I have not seen anything from Jay Cutler up until this point that makes me think that he wasn't telling us the truth Friday, that he was just trying to get on the field sooner. He looks really good.
3 tight ends in the game, and that includes the lineman Evan Britton for the Bears. Forte to the 27-yard line. DeAndre Levy makes the tackle. 4 more yards for Matt Forte, setting up 3rd down and 1 to keep the Lions offense off the field.
Yeah, another bonus.
9th play of the drive for Chicago. It's a toss to Forte, and he will be stopped short by Chris Houston.
That's a great tackle by Chris Houston. Unusual, too, because Matt Forte runs through usually tackles like this. Watch him coming here on the outside. He actually comes inside that tackle right there.
Bears send in a fullback, Tony Fiametta, and Michael Bush. Lined up in the I formation behind Fiametta. This is Bush. And Bush does not look like he made it.
They stacked it up there on the line of scrimmage. Took his legs out behind the line of scrimmage. I think he just got over the...
Mark Trestman leaves his offense on the field on 4th and 1. Does not attempt a 46-yard field goal. The Lions defense comes up big.
One difference from Monday night, though, against the Packers. Matt Forte not in the lineup.
Yes. This is Joyke Bell on 1st down, out across the 30 to the 32-yard line. It was Michael Bush, not Matt Forte, taking the handoff on 4th and 1. 2nd down and 5. 3 wide receivers. Johnson, bottom of your screen, wide to the right. Joyke Bell in the backfield. This is Bell once again. Cuts to the outside, bit of a stiff arm up the sidelines. And Bell out to the 37-yard line, close to the marker. 3 wide receivers set. Jeremy Ross in the slot. Pettigrew shifting to the left. Stafford looking for Ross. Bobbled it, unable to make the catch. As we mentioned, a couple of injuries in the wide receiver position. Burleson and now Broyles. Burleson hopes to be back real soon. Stafford on 2nd and 10 with time. He throws, and the catch is made by Pettigrew. Hard to bring him down, and for Brandon Pettigrew, that is his 3rd reception today, and he gains 23 yards.
This is just one of those routes where the combination really puts your linebacker in a tough spot. I want you to watch out to the right side. Here's Brandon Pettigrew coming out, but the linebacker is going to get put in that tough spot where he's got to squeeze down in. You have to respect underneath, and then over the top goes Brandon Pettigrew.
Then you got Major Wright trying to make a tackle on an offensive lineman. Pettigrew is about the same size as one.
Biggest play of the day goes for the Lions on offense to this point. Ball is on the ground on the attempted handoff from Stafford to Bush, and Bush falls on it. Loss of 4 on the play.
Just have it on the ground.
Second down and 14. Stafford fires, broken up by Tillman. He was looking for Calvin Johnson.
Takes a lot of chances, Darryl.
Yeah, but you know what? He's got so much confidence. He's done this before. I mean, you know, Calvin Johnson is one of the best of all time to play this position, even at this stage of his career. But Charles Tillman has tremendous confidence in his preparation as well as his athletic ability. You've got to trust your film study all week long to know that he's going inside on that. There's no threat of a double move, and he's got tremendous hand-to-eye coordination, one of the best in the secondary throughout the NFL.
Empty backfield, third down and 14. Lions must get to the 30 for first down. As Stafford hits Pettigrew, and it's Tillman who comes up to make the tackle, along with Isaiah Fry about a yard shy. Fourth down and 1 for Detroit. Joyce Bell in the backfield, Ross in motion. Stafford out of the shotgun on fourth down. Takes the handoff to Bell, and then the pass was tipped. Chris Conti makes the play for the Bears defensively on fourth down.
2 nice opening drives, but the defenses are settling down, starting to assert some of their muscle.
So now it's the Bears back on offense from the 31. Play action. Cutler going deep for Marshall, and that pass is broken up by Rasheed Mathis. Wilson, bottom of your screen, as Cutler hands it off to Forte. Breaks the tackle, gains a couple. Time for another game break. Here's Kurt. Third down and 8 for Chicago. Bears must get across the 41, and they do as the catch is made by Jeffrey at the Lions' 49-yard line. 18 yards from Cutler to Jeffrey.
You talk about success in the passing game. Trust between wide receiver, quarterback. How about trust between quarterback and offensive line? Watch Jay Cutler just stand tall in this pocket. Things starting to break down around him. Takes a shot at the end.
Yeah, Ndamukong Suh, they run a little game on the outside. He comes up late. He should get his hands up in that situation, knock some balls like down like the Chicago defense has been doing.
From the 49, quick out to Earl Bennett. DeAndre Levy makes the tackle. First reception for Bennett today. Well, off the play fake. Cutler looking for Jeffrey.
Hey, 27.
Bears must get to the 39 for a first down. As Cutler throws, and it is Jeffrey again. So Alshon Jeffrey with his third catch today. He has 300-yard games this season, including a franchise record 218 against New Orleans back in week 5. Jeffrey picks up the first.
Good job working back to the football by Alshon Jeffrey. You can see there's Darius Slay, Louis Delmas. They're picking him as the guy in certain situations that we feel we have to put double coverage on. Brandon Marshall at the top of the screen on the other side of the field, one-on-one with Chris Houston.
Jeffrey, Marshall, and Martellus Bennett all with 3 catches. So Cutler spreading the ball around. He is 11 of 16. Forte down to the 30-yard line. Gain of 4. Count played 6 quarters for the Bears in the absence of Cutler. Led Chicago to 51 points and did not turn the ball over. Did a terrific job. Second down and 6. It's Forte again, and Suh comes up to make the tackle. 3rd down and 6 upcoming for the Bears.
Brandon Marshall, what a great sell job to the officials. Jay Cutler's working on that left hand a little bit.
Yeah, it looked like it swelled up a little, like a big knot on it. Must have hit it on a helmet or something.
Marshall now top of your screen, wide to the right. 3 wide receivers, 3rd down and 6. Bears must get to the 24. Cutler throws, and it's Jeffrey again, who picks up another Bears 1st down as Sue helps Cutler back up after the Bears quarterback took another hard hit.
You can see that little lump right there, the base of the finger.
That looks like your hands a little bit, Darryl.
Hey, you know what? We've never challenged Jay Cutler's toughness, right? I mean, he's as tough as they come. We've seen him roughed up quite a bit over the years.
He talked about it earlier, but just him coming back today. I mean, we had the Washington game when he got hurt. I followed him up the tunnel. I thought he would never be back in this game.
Now the toss to Forte on 1st down. And Forte spins down to the 14-yard line. Tulloch makes the tackle. Gain of 5. Tight end Bennett shifting. Toss to Forte. He's inside the 10. Down to the 7-yard line.
When you play this style of defense that Detroit plays, you hear about these wide nines, their ends that are outside. The best way to attack that is to get outside of them, because what they're trying to do is funnel everything back inside to Ndamukong Suh, Nick Fairley, those big defensive tackles, and their linebackers. If you can get outside that defensive end, you've got chances for big gains.
On 1st down, the handoff to Forte. And he takes it down to the 4. Gain of 3 with 1 minute remaining in this 2nd quarter. Bears have 2 timeouts. Cutler on 2nd and goal. Pass was tipped and picked off in the end zone by DeAndre Levy. Leading the Raiders. Late 1st half, Giants look to make it 3 in a row as Stafford throws, and it's Bush out of the 21-yard line. So Levy with his 5th interception of the season, which leads the NFL. There he is.
We're going to keep our eye on Jay Cutler here at the start of the 2nd half. Not moving as fluidly as he did as he came out pre-kick in the 1st half.
Lions start from the 34-yard line as Stafford hands it off to Joyke Bell. We talked about Reggie Bush at the start of the game. He had 173 combined yards back in week 4. Calvin Johnson only 2 receptions. Brandon Pettigrew leading Detroit with 4 catches in the 1st half. This is Jeremy Ross. Ross picks up a 1st down into Bears territory. Gain of 11 for Ross. From the 47 on 1st down, this is Bush. And for Reggie Bush, his biggest run of the day. Bush inside the 10 and tackled from behind. There is a flag. Tillman took him down from behind. Looks like a horse collar after Bush gained 40.
Excellent blocking up front, and the acceleration and the
Personal
speed.
foul, horse collar tackle, number 33 defense. At the distance to the goal, automatic 1st down.
LaDainian Waddle does a nice job getting up on the linebacker, Kasim Green, and just staying with him. Everybody staying on their feet, and there's the horse collar at the end of the run. Got his hand in there and then released it, but still had that little tug that qualifies as the horse collar.
Yeah, but the one thing, he saved the touchdown, and it gave his defense an opportunity to go and not give up 7, give up 3 instead.
Officially 39 yards, and then 4 more on the penalty. Dylan Gandy in as an extra blocker, number 65. 1st and goal from the 4. Stafford to the end zone, looking for the tight end, Joe Fourier, who has 8 receptions this season, and 5 have gone for touchdowns.
Letting them play out there in that corner.
Yeah, well, you know, Chris Conte was aware of that fact, Kenny. You know, oh, I got Joseph Fourier out here All he does is score touchdowns.
Bell in the backfield. Second and goal from the 4 to the end zone. Johnson, touchdown. Stafford to Johnson. Lions take the lead.
Well, we talked about Chicago's defense doing a nice job against these weapons for the Lions, and here we go, the start of the first half. The long run by Reggie Bush, and now, again, sometimes I just don't know what you do against Calvin Johnson. He's just such a matchup nightmare on the outside.
I mean, Josh McCown and Jay Cutler a moment ago both throwing the football. Now Cutler walking off to his left. Both have helmets on.
He's not moving as well as he was at the start of the game, though.
Oh.
Now that concern is real, and we'll talk about this decision. When is it time for Josh McCown to come into the lineup and play quarterback?
From the 20 on first down, the toss to Forte, and he will lose 4 yards. Rasheed Mathis coming up to make the tackle.
I think they do a lot better if that ball comes out a little bit slower than it has been. Jay's been doing a great job of getting it out.
Low snap, second down and 14 as Cutler throws, complete to Marshall. Out of the 24-yard line. Third down and 5 for the Bears, who trail by a touchdown. Their first possession of the second half. Empty backfield. Bears must get to the 30. Cutler lofts one up. A miscommunication with Marshall. Detroit today 14-7. It was 7-7 at the half. Lions scored on their last possession. This is Reggie Bush on first down. Gains 1. 39-yard run by Bush, and then the touchdown pass from Stafford to Johnson. Now Stafford's pass is off the hands of Reggie Bush.
Let everything go and be behind them and just go start over.
Third down and 9. Lions must get to the 35. Pettigrew will be stopped at the 31-yard line. Tim Jennings coming up to make the tackle. Lions will punt it away. From the 24, play action. Cutler pressured, knocked down, and the pass incomplete. Evan Britton in as an extra blocker once again for Chicago. Second down and 10. Off the fake to Forte. Cutler fires downfield for Marshall. He makes the catch. At the Lions' 32-yard line, a 44-yard pass play.
We saw this at the start of the game, working at the top of the screen. Boy, just gets caught in that back pedal way too long.
Yeah, those safeties got lulled to sleep with all the underneath routes, and all of a sudden let up a big one right here to Brandon Marshall.
Yeah, Rasheed Mathis let Brandon Marshall get right up on top of him before he got out of his back pedal.
Marshall over 100 yards receiving for the 4th time this season. From the 32, Cutler fakes the end around to Jeffrey, and then the pass gets knocked down again by Willie Young. That's his second one today. Cutler on second down. Jeffrey at the Detroit 14-yard line. A Bears first down, a 17-yard connection.
Very dangerous now. You've got Brandon Marshall and Alshon Jeffrey in this offense. Nice route right there. Well timed on the throw by Jay Cutler. And here's pressure at the end. Nick Fairley getting there now. So we're trying to secure our edges. We're putting Martellus Bennett on one side, Evan Britton on the other side, making sure those wide rushers don't get there. That should open up the door for Nick Fairley and Ndamukong Suh inside.
3 receivers set from the Lions' 14-yard line. Cutler fires, end zone, and Jeffrey unable to make the catch. Empty backfield for the Bears. Second and 10 from the Lions' 14. Cutler throws to the outside. Pass intended for the backup tight end, Dante Rosario. And Cutler once again slow to get up.
Not to have the opportunity to come in and finish this game.
Got to step in here as a coach, absolutely.
3rd down and 10. Cutler with the shovel pass to Forte. Forte down at the 8-yard line. Bears send in the field goal unit.
No, you've got big guys chasing. You're never going to simulate that stress in practice.
There's Robbie Gold from the right hash, connects from 25 yards out. We hope for a lot more. Bush starting field position for the Lions today. As Stafford hands it off, and Reggie Bush finds a big hole and picks up a Lions 1st down out to the 28-yard line. A gain of 14 for Bush.
And again, here come your safeties. They've got to step up and fill this. There's going to be a big void with the linebackers. They're going to get stepped up. They get blocked. Now he comes out the back door. James Anderson, if this is a gap scheme, at times you see him on film, and he did it right there. He overruns. He takes himself out of his gap responsibility. Reggie Bush is the type of runner who's going to bait you and then come out the back door. You can't let him do that.
Only 16 rushing yards for Bush in the 1st half, 54 since halftime. And now Joyke Bell takes it out to the 33-yard line. Stelz has been terrific on special teams today. 2nd down and 4. And Joyke Bell is met in the backfield by Jonathan Bostic.
That's one thing about these rookie linebackers when we talk about Bostic. The biggest thing that they need to do is identify whether it's going to be a pass or a run. Bostic does a great job on this particular play of identifying, hey, listen, here comes the run, go and fill the lane, and if I don't make the play, turn it back to one of the other guys on the defensive line. You got to know where you fit. Very important with that front 7 on any defensive line.
Yeah, tremendous amount of experience missing from that linebacker level with Lance Briggs out and Brian Urlacher retired.
Brian Urlacher now part of the Fox family. 3rd down and 7. Stafford to the outside, and the pass is short, intended for Calvin Johnson. Charles Tillman on the coverage.
But Jay Cutler, we saw it at the end of that last series. That injury is really starting to pop back up on him.
Cutler stumbled and then throws it into the ground.
180! 180!
Cutler on 2nd down. Over the middle, looking for Rosario. Tulloch on the coverage.
180! 180!
On 3rd and 10, Cutler stands in the pocket and throws. There is a flag. Pass intended for Marshall.
As opposed to just the one that he missed.
Right, they're now past their bye week. The toss to Forte, and he's tripped up. Wow. Don Carey.
What a tremendous play by Don Carey on that outside.
We assume Cutler has told the trainers and coaches that he is all right since he has not come out of the game, but at what point do they come to him and say we may be better off the rest of the way today with McCown?
Yeah, you got to take that decision away. A player always feels like he can play and help his team.
On 2nd and 9, the inside handoff. So it will now be 3rd and 8.
On the cart, severe pain. So I was so shocked to see him actually being able to go and start today.
Cutler on 3rd and 8, moving to his right. Now throws out of bounds. It was intended for Alshon Jeffrey, so the Bears, trailing by 4, will punt it away. Stafford and the Lions go to work from their own 24-yard line. This is Joyke Bell. Tackled from behind by Major Wright, who has returned, so that is certainly good news for the Bears.
Just to show you how difficult it is to get on that list, his 329-yard game doesn't even get him there.
Now Reggie Bush picks up a 1st down. Calvin with 484 over the last 2. Well, barring a Green Bay comeback, winner of this game will have first place to themselves, and the Eagles looking to even their record at 500. As Stephen Paya made the first contact with Joyke Bell.
Division leader Dallas with a tough game tonight against the Saints.
They've won their last 2 after the 0-6 start. Stafford's pass is caught by Bush, and he'll be about 1.5 yards shy of a first down. As third down and 3 for the Lions. Lions go for their last 4 on third down, and Stafford's pass too far ahead of Reggie Bush, so the Lions will punt it away. In NFL history, Bears trail this game by 4. Jay Cutler remains in at quarterback from the 14-yard line. Cutler throws to the fullback, Darryl, from Syracuse, Tony Fiametta.
Tony Fiametta has been a nice addition. He is a good receiver out of the backfield. He's kind of that Tom Rathman mold of the fullback. Good blocker, decent runner, good pass receiver.
Syracuse, of course, your alma mater as well.
Larry Zonk is from Syracuse. I mean, the greatest fullbacks of all time. Jim Brown in the Hall of Fame as a fullback. Just saying, Kenny.
That's why you went
I'm
there,
just
right?
saying, Kenny.
Part of a long history, just like middle linebackers here in Chicago. Syracuse fullbacks. Now Cutler wrapped up by Fairley, who takes him down after Cutler got rid of the football. Then Kyle Long comes charging in.
Kyle Long and Nick Farrell have been going at it all afternoon anyways. There's been some stuff going down on inside. Number 98, we're going to get Matt against Matt Slauson this time. Gets a push into the face. Now right there you could let off, but he goes to the ground. And that's where Kyle Long takes offense right there. And let me tell you what, I love that. I love when somebody comes in and takes care of your quarterback. And you know what? That means the world to anybody who's going to step under center here in Chicago, that they've got a guy up front who's got their back.
No flags on either side. Third down and 6. Cutler's pass is caught for a first down by Alshon Jeffrey. Let's see, that was the initial indication.
They called him down.
Yep, he was ruled down at the 30.
DeAndre Levy doesn't see that, so he's coming in. He thinks Alshon Jeffrey's popping up to take off. But right now, Bill Levy and his crew got to get these guys and just, hey, let's get back to playing football. This is getting a little bit on the fringe right now.
Matt Forte. Forte gains a yard out to the 31. Willie Young made the tackle. Second down and 9. Cutler's pass intended for Marshall. Rasheed Mathis on the coverage, so 3rd and 9 coming up for the Bears, who trail by 4. Cutler on 3rd down and 9. And Forte brought down at the 34-yard line. Don Carey's made some nice tackles today, and the Bears once again will punt it away. Bears defense out on the field. Lions start from their own 22-yard line, leading by 4. Philadelphia now ahead of Green Bay 20-9 late in the 3rd quarter at Lambeau Field. Sidearm throw by Stafford did not be handled by Calvin Johnson. Second down and 10. 3 wide receivers set for the Lions. Johnson, bottom of your screen, matched up with Tillman. Stafford looked his way, then hands it off to Bush. And Reggie Bush bottled up at the 23-yard line, gain of just 1. Bears have stopped the Lions the last 5 times on 3rd down. Stafford on 3rd and 9 is picked off by Chris Conte. Pass was intended for Calvin Johnson, and Conte brings it back to the Detroit 9-yard line. His 2nd interception this season, the 1st Lions turnover today.
Got to be happy for Chris Conte. He's been under the microscope the last couple of games against the Redskins. Then last week against the Packers, coming out of the slot, this ball just sails on Matthew Stafford. You can't make this mistake. You know the dynamic of the Bears offense right now. The one thing you can't do is have that turnover. He had Joy Bell on a check down. He would have had to break a tackle to get that first down, but it was the safe decision right there.
So Conti with the pick. He returns it 35 yards. First and goal from the Lions 9. The toss to Matt Forte. He is inside the 5 to the end zone. Touchdown, but there is a flag.
Holding, number 68 offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
It's on the left guard, Matt Slauson. So now first and goal from the 19 following the penalty. Off the fake to Forte. Cutler to Jeffrey. And Jeffrey gains 4 down to the 15-yard line. Tulloch made the tackle. Earl Bennett split wide to the left. Jeffrey in the slot. Marshall wide to the right. Here's Cutler on second and goal. Underneath to Forte, and it's Don Carey again. How many times have we called his name today? Now third and goal from the 14-yard line. Cutler to the end zone. It is Jeffrey. No signal yet. It's a touchdown. Ruled a touchdown on the field. They will take a look, as they do with all scoring plays.
Well, this one, we've got one to the ground. There's Alshon Jeffrey at the top. Take you through the process. Possession, 2 feet down.
After reviewing the play, the receiver lost control of the ball when he hit the ground. It's an incomplete pass. Fourth down on the 14-yard line.
It's a 3-step process. So number 1, possession. Number 2, 2 feet in bounds. But you have to maintain possession all the way through the process of the catch. When you go to the ground, you can see him lose it right there. Now his shoulders are on the line. He's out of bounds after he lost possession.
Long snapper and Jeremy Kane. Adam Podlish places it down. And Gold's kick is straight through. Joint Bell in the backfield. Pettigrew in motion. First and 10 from the 20-yard line. This is Bell. Bell tackled by Anderson. Gain of 3. And the Packers, Lions, have not won a division title since 1993. It's been 2 decades. They finished in last place last season. Second down and 7. Stafford's pass is caught by the tight end Fourier, we mentioned earlier. Coming into this game, he had 8 catches, 5 for touchdowns, and he gains 25 yards.
Yeah, and that's a big one right there.
Rookie out of UCLA, signed as a free agent. If the name sounds familiar, his uncle Christian was a tight end in the NFL for 13 years. Carrying on the tradition at the tight end position.
There you go. Call up Uncle Christian for some tips.
That's right.
During the course of the week.
From the 49-yard line on first down, Johnson and Durham are still running. A look at Stafford's numbers. Matthew Stafford featured on our pregame show, Fox NFL Sunday, earlier today. Following his 488-yard performance against Dallas in the Lions' last game. And here's Calvin Johnson, who picks up the Lions' first down, only his 4th reception today, and there's a flag at the end of the play. And Tillman looks to be shaken up. Calvin Johnson in the slot to the right. Bell in the backfield. Stafford on first down to the end zone. There is a flag. Conti with the coverage on Fourier. And it's Conti who draws the penalty. He had the big interception earlier.
Well, we just saw the Chicago Bears get a penalty in the red zone area on the Slauson hold that forced them to kick a field goal. And here's the Lions inside the red zone with that face mask, pushing them all the way out outside the 30.
So the Bears get back the yardage from the Tillman face mask. And now it's Bell. Joint Bell down to the 27-yard line. Jonathan Bostic made the tackle. His dad played for the Detroit Lions back in the 80s. His dad, John. Winner of this game will be all alone in first place in the NFC North, barring a miracle fourth quarter comeback by the Green Bay Packers, who trail Philadelphia by 17. Second down and 20. Stafford's pass was tipped.
Well, you have to compliment the front of the Chicago Bears, because it was one of the things that I wasn't really sold on Monday night, because you didn't have Aaron Rodgers, who was elusive. You had some guys out of the Green Bay Packer offensive line during the course of the game. Was that really the Bears front getting back on track, or was it just something specific to that game? But they have played well today, pushed the pocket a lot, and that has helped out huge, trying to contain Calvin Johnson on the outside.
Yeah, especially on those games, those guys right up front have done a good job of squeezing that pocket.
Third down and 20. Stafford spins, directing traffic, now throws, end zone, and Johnson unable to make the catch.
Chris Conte's played a heck of a game today. Real happy to see that, because he struggled the last two games. Been a hot topic here in the Chicago area, talking about the plays of the safeties the last 2 weeks. He had the deflection on the fourth down. Matthew Stafford, nice job extending this play. Hey, throw it up to Calvin Johnson. He comes down with it most of the time. And watch Chris Conte on the adjustment. He told us he's not going to be able to out-jump Calvin Johnson, but he attacked the ball once it landed.
Yeah, attack his hands.
So here's David Akers, 45-yard attempt from the right hash. And Akers' kick is wide to the right. It is no good. This is the 168th meeting. Only the Packers and Bears have played more. Bears trailing by 1 as Forte is bottled up by the combination of C.J. Mosley and DeAndre Levy. Bears and Lions have come away with only 6 points combined. Second down and 10. Cutler firing downfield, intended for Brandon Marshall.
Tell you what, they are really going and giving a big cushion to Brandon Marshall.
Third down and 10. Bears must get to the 46 for a first down as Cutler steps up, and the pass is short, intended for Alshon Jeffrey. So the Bears go 3 and out. Lions will get the ball back with 5.5 to play.
But it's going to be fun down the stretch with these 3 teams bunched up at the top of the NFC North.
Lions start from their own 26 as Stafford's pass is caught by Jeremy Ross for a first down. Out at the 43-yard line, 17-yard pass play. Lions led 14-10 after 3. It's now a 1-point game. As Stafford hands it off to Reggie Bush, who finds a hole and gains 7 out to midfield.
Really could be your worst enemy. And right now, having a guy like Reggie Bush being able to go and run the ball and eat that clock up, I mean, that is a super plus for this Detroit team.
Stafford can't find anyone and then throws it away. When we spoke to Mark Trestman on Friday, he talked about the final 2 minutes of the game in Canada. He was head coach in Montreal for the last 5 years, where the clock stops after every play. Yeah, he said you can have a number of different possessions at the end of the game because it's so hard to be able to take that time off the clock. Referred to it, we didn't really have a 4-minute drill style of offense in the CFL, so he was upset with himself for missing out on an extra play in that Green Bay game Monday night, because he takes a lot of pride in the fast-paced history of his final 2 minutes of the game from his experience in Canada. Huge play here, third down and 3. Stafford fires, and it's Calvin Johnson who makes the catch with Tillman draped all over him. So the clock continues to run under 4 minutes remaining. A 14-yard completion and a Lions first down.
Jones just throw it in an area. That guy just goes and gets it.
His 5th reception today. He has a touchdown. Now the Lions keep it on the ground with Bush, and Reggie Bush takes it down to the 26-yard line of the Bears. 11 yards, and another Lions first. Ross comes in motion to the right. On first down, it's Bush, and Reggie Reggie Bush goes over 100 for the game as he takes it to the Bears 14.
With a one-possession game, they don't have any timeouts to use on that drive.
2 timeouts remaining for the Bears. Here's Bush. Bush to the 13. And now Chicago will use their second timeout. Bears have 1 timeout remaining. 2:31 to play in regulation. Second down and 10. Stafford throws, and it popped away from Johnson. So the clock stops. That's huge for Chicago. Third down and 10. Lions must get to the 4-yard line for a first. Stafford to the end zone. Touchdown. Calvin Johnson with his second today. Here comes Josh McCown for this final Bears drive. It will be McCown replacing Jay Cutler.
Now, one thing about McCown that everybody needs to know, he did not take 1 snap this week with the starting offense. Jay Cutler took every single snap. He wanted to get as much work as possible, so he's coming out here really in the blind.
And it was a short week, Goose. Bears played on Monday night in Green Bay, so not the normal week. So McCown, who led Chicago to the win at Lambeau on Monday night, fires to the outside of the pass is short. He was looking for Earl Bennett. And then started the game on Monday night.
Ready?
On second and 10. McCown, Earl Bennett up the sideline, and there is a late flag. Nick Fairley.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 98 of the defense. Unnecessarily throwing the quarterback to the ground after the pass. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
You have to be a lot smarter than that.
Yeah, you just can't give a team free 15 yards in a situation like this.
Third personal foul assessed to the Lions today. Bears must go 51 yards. They trail by 8. As McCown is tripped up, down back at the 46. 2 minutes remaining here in Chicago. Lions leading the Bears by 8. Second down and 13. Josh McCown in for Jay Cutler. And that pass could not be handled by Brandon Marshall. Louis Delmas on the coverage.
So you had opportunities to go and make some big plays. So I like the decision. And I think Jay really, was restricted by, the ankle and the groin.
And now, Goose, as we saw, Marshall injured on the last play. He's on the sideline. Jeffrey has to come back to make the catch, so he is a yard shy of a first down.
Have to understand where you are on the field and what down it is.
Ringo! Hurry!
No flag. Pass is caught by Marshall for a Bears first down. Looked like some movement prior to the snap. No flags were thrown. Marshall gains 15.
You talked about it, Tony. Not a lot of preparation for Josh McCown during the course of the week. 4th and 1. The whole game on the line. Cool as a cucumber. Great throw on that pass.
Bears with 1 timeout. They need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. As McCown fires, the catch is made by Jeffrey. Makes a nice move on Houston and takes it out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
Some soft coverage again. That's a pretty big cushion for Chris Houston, trying to close that gap, coming to the outside to force Alshon Jeffrey back inside, but he can't make the tackle.
Jeffrey over the 100-yard mark, 4th time in the last 6 games. Josh McCown on for the injured Jay Cutler. Over the top, Martellus Bennett, Stephen Tulloch right there to make the tackle, a gain of 4. Down to the 11. Bears have 1 timeout. Back up to the line quickly. 1 minute remaining here in Chicago. Earl Bennett goes in motion to the right.
Hurry!
McCown on 2nd and 6. Backpedaling. throws it away. Marshall wide left, Jeffrey wide right. McCown on third down. Steps up. Now he throws. End zone. Brandon Marshall's got it. Touchdown.
Tony, that's exactly what you talked about, extending the play, the ability because of your health right now to be able to avoid the rush, extend the play, because Brandon Marshall is covered the entire time during this play. It's actually this point right here where the play gets extended that he breaks free.
Great job by Brandon Marshall on that. Just going and finding an empty spot, making the catch when it counts.
So the Chicago Bears have pulled to within 2. 2 tight ends in the game, along with a fullback. McCown rolling to his right, under pressure, and he throws it through the back of the end zone. So it remains a 2-point lead, and now there is a flag, a late flag.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 79 defense. Throw to the head of the quarterback. Half the distance to the goal, retry.
Wow, that's really young. The 4th personal foul from the 1-yard line. Marshall and Jeffrey back on the field. This is for the tie. It's Forte, but it did not fool Nick Fairley.
The penetration of Nick Fairley goes and deletes that play right there.
I think you overthought yourself on both of those plays, Tony. On the first play, you came in with your big guys. Tony Fiametta, you've got 2 tight ends, Evan Britton. You break formation, go empty, and try and throw. This one, you bring in Brandon Marshall. You bring in Alshon Jeffrey. You're thinking pass the whole way, and you try and slip it to Matt Forte. Nick Fairley breaks through for the defensive play of the game for the Detroit Lions, just upfield immediately against Roberto Garza.
All right, here we go. It does not travel 10 yards. And the Lions have it at the bottom of the pile. Joik Bell on the recovery for Detroit. Green Bay trailing by 14 with 4 minutes remaining at home to Philadelphia. So unless the Packers come back, the Lions will be all alone in first place in the NFC North. Their first win in Chicago since 2007. Thanks to our producer Barry Landis, director Brian Lilly, Dave Corris, Ben Boma up in the booth, and Nick Gagliano downstairs with Goose. Lions 6-3, Bears drop to 5-4. We will return to Chicago right after these messages.